not only is that fence not coming down, it's going to be replaced with a wrought iron fence, so we don't have to worry about people cutting holes in it anymore.
Defiant words from the man who installed this fence blocking public trails to Thornton Beach State Park. The controversy is reaching the boiling point right now.
And Daly City officials tell ABC 7 Eyewitness News they will take down the fence on Thursday. ABC 7 Eyewitness News I-Team reporter Dan Noyes has been investigating and is here with an exclusive report. Dan.
Well, Amma and Dan, I know this guy well. First interviewed him back in 2015 in jail. Now he has shared video with me of a recent incident at Thornton Beach that led to his arrest. The 7 acres surrounded by fence right now at Thornton Beach State Park are owned by 8 people. Real estate investor Luke Brugnara convinced one of them in November to give him their share, a deed for 1/24th interest and the ability to get more when 2 other owners pass away. Even though he controls such a small portion, Brugnara tells me in an exclusive interview that he has a right to fence all 7 acres.
Dude, it doesn't matter whether I own 1% or 20%. I have a right to protect my interests, and I have a right to protect the property.
Brugnara's fence blocks trails to the beach that the public has used for generations, drawing outrage from hikers, dog walkers, and others used to enjoying the views.
I was confused by the fencing. I thought they were maybe, I don't know, fixing the trails or something, that it was dangerous.
The horse stable to the north has used that public right-of-way for trail rides down to the beach for more than 100 years. They've had to change their route.
And it makes sense because you go through that and then it's a straight shot. Now we have to do a little U-turn at the back of the property. Still doable, but not as beautiful, not as convenient for the horses.
People have been fighting back with graffiti, free the land, end the greed, cutting holes in the fence, and confronting Brugnara face to face.
Just like, that's a felony, and there's been a police report, and whoever cut the fence is going to be charged with a felony.
Brugnara gave me a video showing tense exchanges with his girlfriend, Yitong Emily Wen, joining in.
It's not private property, and you know it.
Oh, really? You should better do your homework. Do your homework.
On that same day, a couple accused Brugnara of saying, "If you get near the fence, I will shoot and kill you." And this sign startled them. No trespassing, owner armed with 9mm gun. They called 911, and after police stopped Wen's car leaving the property, she admitted she put up the sign. Officers noted that Wen was driving, Brugnara in the rear passenger seat, and a 9mm Glock in an unlocked case in the front passenger seat. They arrested Brugnara for felon in possession of a firearm and making threats.
All this is National Enquirer stupid is what it is. Okay? I never threatened anybody. Okay? I never threatened anybody. I didn't even talk to that guy. This is all about the fence, trying to use some weak, scheme to get the fence down, which is legal.
His arrest at Thornton Beach has triggered action in a federal case. Brugnara is headed to trial in June on charges he defrauded the government's pandemic relief programs. He's accused of lying about the size of his company, the number of employees, its payroll, and receiving $422,000. Prosecutors in that case say his arrest at Thornton Beach shows he's a danger to the public who is in a downward spiral, and the judge issued a bench warrant for his arrest last week.
There's that bench warrant. Are you going to turn yourself in?
I'm not aware of any bench warrant. That's the surprise, I guess, of the day.
Brugnara declined my request for an on-camera interview, but I caught up with his girlfriend over the weekend at Thornton Beach.
You understand that Luke is wanted, right? That he's wanted for arrest? Is he going to turn himself in?
No answer. I first interviewed Luke Brugnara in jail during another of his legal troubles, his 2015 conviction in an $11 million art fraud case.
I'm completely innocent of the claims against me. I'm happy to speak to anybody about the truth.
But you've been convicted, and you're still insisting you've done nothing wrong.
I've absolutely done nothing wrong.
After a meeting with his lawyer at the federal building, Brugnara was able to escape. I obtained the surveillance video of him walking past U.S. Marshals, running down the street, and ducking into a car dealership. The FBI arrested him within the week, and he served 7 years in prison. Now the fight over the fence continues. This past weekend, someone knocked down several panels of chain link and opened the entrance to the trails.
I wonder what you think about the fencing having gone down overnight.
I think it's incredible. I think it's glorious. I think it's people really saying,
You can't block beach access.
I got a call Saturday evening that Yatong Emily Wen was trying to replace the fencing. I questioned her as she left the property.
You know the city says you aren't supposed to put up these fences, right? You understand that, don't you?
Again, no answer. Daly City officials tell me they will totally remove the fencing on Thursday. They could put a lien against the property for the cost.
Whether I drop dead tomorrow, fence is never coming down, okay? So make that clear. Fence is never coming down, okay? Never coming down. Now, there may be some soccer fields in there. There may be a football field or a baseball field that I may put there, but the fence is still going to be there, okay? So get that straight.
One final note, Brugnara is facing eviction for disruptive behavior from the single-room occupancy hotel in Chinatown. The owner says Brugnara hasn't paid rent for 5 months, that he harasses other tenants and leaves trash everywhere. I saw this mount on the balcony outside his room.
Brugnara is losing his lawyer in the federal case who filed a motion to be removed, but the reasons are under seal. We'll be watching what happens at Thornton Beach. Dan Ama.
Okay, what a
Wow.
story.
Yeah, certainly. Okay, thank you, Dan.